Today I want to talk to you about coloring books. Hello home bosses, my name is Nuria Kobi from thehomeboss.com. Welcome to my channel, which is all about helping you to create an income online from self-publishing. And if you've been on my channel before, you know that I like to talk about how you can make the most of your book creation, how to make more sales, and I've found that the best way of doing that is to create a brand around your books. And today we're going to talk about coloring books, and in particular I want to show you one coloring book that is making thousands a month, and I want to uncover the secrets behind this really simple but really successful coloring book. And I want to also talk to you about how you could make your own coloring books. So all of that is coming up in the video, but the first thing I want to show you is a book that is making around $8,000 a month in KDP royalties. And it surprised me because it's actually a very simple book. So let's hop onto Amazon and I'll show you. So if you've been watching my channel, you know that I very often go onto the Amazon best sellers list and I have a look and see if there are any books that we can also publish on Amazon. So I'm looking for independently published books, low content books or mid content books, anything that we can also create. So as I went through all of the books, I didn't spot anything to begin with, but as I went further down the list and then onto the next page, I noticed a book here that caught my attention, and the book is called Food and Snacks Coloring Book, Bold and Easy, and that's at number 57 in the Amazon charts. So the BSR for this book is 57. BSR is the best seller rank, and the lower the number, the better, because that means this book is selling more. So the lower your rank is, the more books you're selling. And 57 is incredible, especially for a very simple coloring book like this. I'll quickly show you the inside and you'll be really surprised how simple this is. So the cover is very simple too. There's nothing really unusual about it. And look at this. This is a page from the inside. So it's just a line drawing, a simple black and white line drawing of a slice of pizza. And here we have what I think are marshmallows. Not quite sure what this is. And toasties, maybe toasted sandwiches. I'm not even sure, but you can see how simple the drawings are. They're really not very intricate designs. And that just made me wonder, how come this book is making so much money? And how come such a simple book especially is making that much? And I'll quickly show you how I know it's making so much. So we can go on to the Self-Publishing Titans BSR calculator. There are quite a few of these calculators online, and they all vary depending on which one you use. They show higher sales or lower sales, so I'm not sure how accurate they are, but I quite like this calculator because I've tested it with my own books and I know that it's fairly accurate, and also because you have to type in all the information, so I know it will give a more accurate number than some of the other calculators out there. I already did it this morning when I was researching this book, and it was at number 61, and it's actually gone higher in the charts. Now it's 57, which is even better. So let's see what that tells us. And I filled in all the details here. It's a paperback. It's on Amazon US. That's where I checked this. It's black and white, and the number of pages is 80 and the price is $9.99. You can find all those details on their sales page, and then I click calculate sales, and now it's telling me that the estimated sales are 2,368 books per month, which is 78 books a day. This is just an estimate, but it's roughly right. I've tested it with my own books, and it seems to me that this is quite accurate. And here it tells you the total book royalty as sold. So this is making $8,741 per month. I think that is amazing considering that this book is so simple, and it's probably not making that every month. there must be a reason why this book has suddenly gone up in the charts, because I look at the top 100 books quite often and I hadn't seen this book before. So it's obviously gone up recently in the charts. And I think it's amazing. Imagine selling 78 books a day, and however the margin is on that, this calculator reckons that they're making $3.69 per book. So that is incredible. It's really good. So I dug a little bit deeper into this because I wanted to know how come a simple book like that is making so much money. So the first thing I did is I clicked on their publishing name, and let's have a look and see. It's Meg Publishing. So we're going to have a look and see. So they have built a brand around their coloring books, which is what I always suggest you should do. And what that means, in very simple terms, you can build your brand by picking a pen name and sticking to the same type of books for that pen name. So in this case, Meg Publishing is a pen name, and they have created coloring books mainly. So all of their books are under Meg Publishing. And they've got a little logo here, which is excellent. They've got a bio. So if we want to read the full bio, it says, "Hi, I'm Megan, an artist who loves creating coloring books for all ages." What I noticed, it says here, Megan Miles Coloring. And that is different from Meg Publishing. So I wondered if they might have a website or something. So then I went onto Google and I typed in Megan Miles Coloring. And I found that she does have a website. Let's take a look at that. So it's really good branding because you can see she's using the same colors, and it's got a real presence, this brand. You can tell by the colors already that this is Megan Miles Coloring. And I really like her website as well. And then she's got printable coloring pages. She's got her shop. And then this is very important, free coloring page. So this is how she collects emails for her business. So when you sign up for her emails and you sign up for a free coloring page, you have to give your email for that. Nothing is free in this world. And she then has that email, and she can then send updates to her buyers. She can maybe send more freebies to her buyers. So that also means that she can then promote to the people on her list. And this is why I said creating a brand is so important, because you can do so many things. She's also linking to her shop on Amazon. And if I click on that, there you are. You've got Megan Miles. So you can see it says here earns commissions. So she has signed up to the Amazon influencer program. And that means that if she promotes these things, she gets a commission as well. So it's another way of earning a bit of money. She's just made a page with her own books for that. So that's very clever. And it's another way that she can maximize her income from her books. And you can see they're all the same kind of branding. They're all square books. Most coloring books are probably 8.5 by 11. So she's chosen the square sizing that are really good for children's books as well. They tend to be this size. She doesn't have that many books, but she's obviously making a really good income from them. One of her books has got the new release badge, and 2 of her books have got the bestseller badge. So that is really good. But it still doesn't explain to me how one of her books is so high up in the charts, because that's quite unusual. And I went onto Google, and apart from her website coming up, I scrolled down and I noticed that she's got a TikTok account. And if I click on that, it shows you she's got 207,000 followers on TikTok. Now that might sound quite a lot. If that was on YouTube, that would be a really big YouTube following. But on TikTok, it's not that unusual to hit really big numbers. And I think she's done an incredible job in promoting her books on TikTok. You can see here's her book, the one we were looking at. So have a look at TikTok and any other social media, because that can really rank your books higher on Amazon. There is a way of doing it. So when you're looking at people that are successful on TikTok, have a look and see how they're doing it, how they're presenting their books. And she has done all the right things when it comes to branding. And this is why one of her books is ranking so high. So she's probably got quite a lot of views on TikTok for that book. And this has translated into many, many sales on Amazon. And it doesn't mean that we can't do the same. We could do something like that, and in time you can probably get really good results as well. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, of course. Like I always say, it does take time to build a brand. It does take time to build a following, but you have to start somewhere. So if you start with your books and you build this up to a good level, then that is the best way to increase your book sales. And coloring books are a really good type of book to pick for branding. I said that before. I also think that you can brand notebooks. There's no reason why you can't do that as well. But anything like coloring books, puzzle books is another really good one, children's books, all of those types of books are extremely good to build a brand around. And I made videos on how to brand your books before. I will leave a link to one of those videos after this video. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is, how do we make these type of coloring books? Can we make coloring books like that? And the answer to that is yes, especially these kind of coloring books, which are so simple. This is an incredibly good example of how simple your pages could be, and you could still make sales, because you're selling this product by creating a brand, by creating a demand for something that may not have had much demand before, because you can advertise on Amazon and that usually helps. But by making her TikTok videos, by creating a brand around it, by having her website set up, by collecting email addresses and then sending out freebies to her customers, she's really creating a buzz and a demand for her books. And I think she's done that perfectly in this case. And she got rewarded by having a BSR of 52, I think it was, very, very low BSR, which is amazing. She's selling quite a lot of these books every day. So start with an author central page for your books, and then also promote on social media. That could be Facebook, and I've made a whole playlist on how to promote your books on Facebook. And you could also try TikTok, which seems to be working really well for books. Although TikTok is a little bit controversial, so maybe you want to try a different social media platform in case TikTok isn't available for much longer. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But any social media platform will allow you to promote your books. And make sure that your branding is really consistent. Like in this case, she uses the same colors, the same type of books, the same kind of imaging, and together with your social media promotion, that can really drive your sales. And if you can make a website as well, then you can collect emails. That is even better. So how could you make books like this? Well, I made a video quite a while ago on how to make these type of really simple coloring books on Canva. And I will link to that after this video as well. And I might put a link under the video in the description so that you can check it out, because it's a really easy way of creating the same type of coloring book. But of course, it's not just creating the book. You have to create a whole brand around it and promote it. And that is the way to achieve the kind of sales that this book is achieving. And of course, you can make coloring books in different ways. You can, like I said, try Canva. Don't use Canva Elements for that. I would suggest that you go on sites like Creative Fabrica, and other people are selling their line drawings as well, and put together your pages. Don't just use ready-made pages for your book. Try and combine images to make your own coloring book, and that is all explained in the video that I will link to. But you can use Creative Fabrica to find your line drawings, and the other way to do it is to get someone to custom create your pages. For example, on Fiverr. Fiverr is a site where you can find all sorts of designs and people creating things for you, and make sure that you look at their feedback and maybe pick somebody that has been recommended to you. That's always the best way. Another way, which is the way that I would like to create my coloring books with, is to create your own line drawings. And that doesn't have to be too difficult, because you can see here, this is not a very difficult image to recreate. If you wanted to create a coloring book with simple line drawings, and you are confident that you can create them, then maybe try it yourself. You can use your iPad and Procreate, or you can just simply use a pen and paper and create your design yourself on there. Then you could scan it onto your computer and vectorize the image. And that's another way you can create your own coloring pages, which is actually, in my opinion, that's the best way to do it, because then it's truly original to you. You have created the design, and that avoids a lot of problems that you might have if you create coloring books using other people's images. So you really have to be careful that you create unique images and that you combine images, or you get somebody to create those images for you. So in this video, I just wanted to show you the potential of coloring books, but I also wanted to show you mainly how branding is playing a vital part in driving up your book sales. So you could have any books on Amazon, and if you create a brand around them and promote them on social media, get your customers on an email list, and then you can contact them directly, offering them freebies and giving them more information. And that way you're building a relationship with your buyers, and you get more sales through that process. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be making more videos on branding and on how to promote your books. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.